Hey everybody, this is the Operation Wishbone, still Thanksgiving themed. Wrap up. We've got an Axis victory with 13 victory points by the skin of our teeth. It was me and Bandit as the Axis. I was Japan, and Dave was the European allies or Axis against Panzer George and Austin. They played the Allies. George was the U.S. UK, and Austin was the rest. And we snuck one by him. Eventually, in the end, with 13, I think we had spoils of war cards. Destroyers hit at 3. Factories were 10. Bombers were 11. Cruiser AAA hits at 2. And 4 units into minor complexes, which was super useful. See, we had 13 VPs. Reich, Berlin, Paris, Cairo, Mediterranean, Oil 4. Let's see what else. Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Manila. Oil 4. And then I think another resources. Yeah. Ukraine, and then the 2 over here. I think that's 13. But yes, we had 13. We had Imperial was down to 1 point. Japan's at 55 right now. I expected completely to lose that, but it didn't work out that way. The U.S. Japan had advanced artillery. They start with Lake 7 artillery, and I thought I'd try it, and it worked out pretty well, I thought. That combined with being able to put 4 units into minor complexes, I'd just pumping out artillery and infantry. I had a couple of bombers staged at the factories, and they were dropping infantry to go along with the artillery, and I ended up taking the Urals, and they got taken back in turn 8 due to some abnormal bomber rolling, but there was a big Japanese force there that reinforced Moscow after Germany took it, but Russia preserved their entire stack and came and took it back. But we were able to secure the resource point in Russia, and that's basically it. A little bit of money, but yeah, over here, the Allies or the U.S. put a bunch of money into the Pacific at first, and with the cheap destroyers, I kept building as many as I could, and so it was a naval build off, and there was a lot of just kind of hanging out. I had a secondary naval force I was able to use to kill the Commonwealth. They built up a big fleet and came up here, and I took out that fleet. Took Dutch New Guinea for an oil point. I managed to protect Celebes. The British had a force right there, so I put a couple of blockers here in off of Java to keep them from the Celebes. South America was activated. Still sort of a battle going on. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. There's the Reich point was lost, so I mean it doesn't really matter. You don't have to roll that out again. But yeah, over here, when we tightened the noose on Moscow, the Allied leadership did a combined assault on Denmark and West Germany, and then came through and in a daring commando raid nailed Berlin, took Berlin. So Germany wasn't able to buy for turn 7. Really hindered the reinforcement process, hunkering down. And then Cairo was able to be held, again with being able to put 4 in a factory. And Dave just locked it down and was able to produce enough extra units. Because, like I said, they put a lot of resources into the Pacific to begin the game, and they didn't get over here until late, and they never really entered the Mediterranean. So There was the ability to put a bunch of extra units into Iraq to stave off the British and keep them away from Cairo, and at the same time nail an extra oil point if we needed it, which we didn't end up needing it. But it's always good to have. The Allies didn't try for Cairo at the end. I expected them to. The Italian fleet survived the entire game, which rarely happens. But there's a big Allied navy up there. There in West Germany. France is basically cut off. So if it was going any farther, it was over. But that's why we did the moves we did in turn 8. So good game, everybody. Thanks for playing. I'm going to tear this down. The Chiefs are... Mahomes is out. Gardner Minshew's out. The practice squad guy's in. It's a mess. So I'm going to watch it and tear the board down. All right. Time for the next one. See you guys.